Yeah. You're here! Come on!
Harmonix's latest interactive musical experiment is a curious beast. On its own, Fuser builds off from the foundations of its card game predecessor, Dropmix, an acclaimed mixing toy with innovative NFC technology that unfortunately just never took off, largely due to expensive add-ons and growing scarcity of additional cards. Fuser attempts to negate this problem by stripping out the physical deck altogether. Returning to their most assured medium, Harmonix have crafted an incredible digital translation of Dropmix's smartest elements, whilst lending players even further control in creating their final sounds. Releasing in the context of a year sapped of live music and festival buzz, however, Fuser is also an antidote to the thunderous communal euphoria made impossible by social distancing. Much like its predecessor, the fundamentals of Fuser are designed to be crystal clear, aiding a pick-up-and-play style perfect for parties. No matter how you play, every mode gives you a turntable with 4 disc slots and a music crate, filled with tracks of your choosing as well as any instruments or effects you might have unlocked. Each track is split into 4 further components: drums, bass, melody, and vocals. Fuser is a game built around experimentation, latching onto absurd hypotheticals like, what if I layered Smash Mouth's vocals onto a killer's bass line? At the start, Fuser encourages you to correspond each track's components with one of the available disc slots. The easiest way to produce a sonically pleasing mix is through combining those 4 basic elements. But Fuser doesn't restrict players into thinking outside of the box either. If you want to combine 2 sets of drums or create a Frankenstein drum and bass sample, go ahead. Harmonix's unparalleled audio design works wonders here. Fuser's mixing is frequently delightful and hilarious, smartly choosing which samples to prioritize, which key to play, and tempo on the fly, although these of course can be manually adjusted too. Although it's obviously possible to create truly ghastly tracks with clashing stems, even the very worst sounds Fuser has to offer remain uncannily professional. Outside of the freestyle mode that lets you loose with its tools, Harmonix have also created a 10-hour campaign that gradually explains its various mechanics through an assortment of wacky mentors and stages. Whilst the writing is hardly going to set the world on fire, I was pleasantly surprised by the charming personalities Harmonix have created as teachers for our DJ pilgrimages, each poking fun at different aspects of festival and rave culture. Split into 6 distinct areas, the campaign does a great job at introducing the hidden depth behind Fuser's basic mixing technology, to varying degrees of success. Whilst filters and queuing discs are immensely useful in enhancing the sound and variety of your mix, others like custom synth instruments require a little too much extra effort to integrate convincingly. Harmonix also stumble when balancing their didactic intentions with the infinite creativity ingrained in their tools. All too often, I found myself needlessly restricted by campaign objectives and crowd requests that net you bonus points. There's no requirement to follow most of these goals, but doing so will result in a low rating, ranked in stars, with higher ratings rewarding more experience at the end of a set. Experience points feel particularly crucial in Fuser thanks to an overly stringent progression system, locking several of its setlist tracks behind tokens earned through leveling up. Restricting access to tracks in a music game is nothing new, but given each track costs 200 tokens and you only earn 300 every time you level up, progression can feel sluggish, especially if the campaign is your sole focus. In fact, it's impossible to earn any tokens in freestyle unless you're frequently sharing and uploading clips through the in-game capture tools, which bafflingly does grant XP, a feature that seems incredibly exploitable. Given Fuser's focus on mixing and mashing several tracks together, this system feels particularly in need of balancing. Fuser also packs in a couple of multiplayer modes that attempt to capture the spark of a group festival experience. The bread and butter freestyle mode for one has a co-op alternative where up to 4 players can craft a collaborative mix using 32 bars each. Once one DJ's mix is over, the next picks up from where they left off, even after matches end, ensuring each set feels seamless. Players can also spectate and react to mixes and transitions, even with a play of the game style replay at the end of a round, replaying the crowd's favourite mashup. Building from this, Harmonix are currently supporting weekly themed mix contests and in-game snapshots of track combinations that can be shared and rated. Whilst the current player base is small, there's already a healthy number of entries, and it's an excellent way to unify a community in a similar way as Media Molecule pulled off earlier this year with Dreams. The multiplayer modes are also a great chance to showcase your custom characters. Fuse's customization options are surprisingly plentiful, from an in-depth character creator that lets you mix and match outfits and styles much like the in-game setlist, on top of choosing different pyrotechnics, projections and crowd effects for your stages. There's also a 1v1 competitive mode where different discs are assigned power levels depending on a chosen theme, but at the time of writing, I was unfortunately unable to get a match despite cross-platform support. Fuser is one of the more curious rhythm games to emerge in recent years, and that's saying something, but it's also one of the most revolutionary in how it incorporates music and sound design into its gameplay. Unlike the majority of music titles that reward quick reactions and mimetic capabilities, Fuser empowers creativity and individuality, opening its turntables to anyone who wishes to spin them. The traditional elements required of it to function as a commercial video game, the campaign, progression and scoring, all suffer as a result of such novel design, and it's difficult to recommend it at the steep asking price. Yet, for all of its setbacks, Fuser presents such an entertaining manifesto for how interactivity can enhance music that it's overwhelmingly difficult to resist its charms. Until the festival lights return, this is easily a worthy alternative.